While filming in Botswana, South Africa, a BBC film crew got the experience of a lifetime after a horrifying leopard attack. The clip begins with Richard Jones, a cameraman for BBC Spy in the Wild series, attempting to track a pack of wild dogs. After a long time of scouting, the camera crew eventually spots a pack of dogs antagonizing an enormous and angry male leopard.
A male leopard.
Coming this way.
Richard senses trouble.
The large animal proceeds to climb the trees to avoid the wild dogs. But just as they thought it was over, the leopard looks at the crew and does this.
Then it happens.
Hey, go away! Why?
The cameraman drops the camera out of fear, but due to Richard's experience and quick thinking, the crew managed to get out of this encounter alive. On a nice evening in Zimbabwe, a group of tourists on a carriage had an encounter with a young male lion that didn't quite go as planned. While peacefully riding through the safari, one of the men spots a lion in the distance that unfortunately appears to be heading towards them.
Oh my gosh. Yep, it's coming faster. Oh my gosh, there's a lion chasing us!
With the lion refusing to give up, the terrified tourists decide to pick up the speed in hopes to lose the animal.
Yes, go, he's slowing down. Oh, I'm so scared.
Eventually, they pick up enough speed where they manage to lose sight of the animal and are able to safely go on with their ride. At the beginning of this shocking encounter, hoping to escape the animal in time and ensure the safety of his passenger, too bad for them, Hippo can reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour in a snap, which leads to this happening. After the charge, the animal quickly flees in the opposite direction as the tourists process what just happened.
Wow. Alex, all right?
It's probably safe to say that the tourist learned a very valuable lesson that day. In a South African safari, a group of tourists thought it'd be a good idea to park their car right next to a group of lions trying to relax. Unfortunately, they quickly regret their decision after getting the attention of one of the more curious lions.
Oh my gosh. I know! Just must lock the door. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they could do that.
This frightening video starts with some tourists driving around in a game viewing vehicle. The explorers see an elephant in the distance. Out of nowhere, another elephant emerges from the nearby bushes and steals the show by doing this.
What's wrong with you?
Luckily for the group, the well-trained safari guide is able to avert the impending danger before any real harm is done, and the predator wanders back into the bushes. In Kruger National Park, a few tourists in a car felt comfortable enough to drive right next to a huge male lion, trying to mind its own business. The lion gets fed up and decides to let them know. Out of shock, They unfortunately stopped recording and most likely just drove away. This next video shows a group of hunters recording male lions while hiding behind a bush, trying their best not to be spotted. Moments later, one of the predators notices the men hiding behind the bush, leading to this to happen. They run as fast as they can away from the lions, while shots are being fired in order to try and scare the predators away. Equipped with superb eyesight and smelling capabilities, it's no surprise how the lions quickly detected them. Unfortunately, the clip cuts shortly, and what happened next remains unknown. On a sunny day in Vale, South Africa, these men had their enjoyable safari ride take a truly unpredictable turn when they got charged by a furious hippo. Before anything, they begin recording when they notice the curious animal slowly approaching their car from the road behind them.
Slag bietjie Isak.
Kyk of ons hom hier kan in. Hou maar net in eerste hoor.
Sal jy sê as jy kan ry?
Not expecting much to go wrong, they attempt to continue their unusual observation while they have the chance, when things very suddenly go south. Luckily for them, they gain sufficient speed where the animal gives up on the chase, and they continue driving away altogether. Near Kruger National Park, these tourists had their seemingly average safari trip take a truly horrifying turn when a white lion suddenly decided to leap into their bus. Now full of panic, the tourists are immediately told to relax and attempt to slowly make their way out of the vehicle.
Do not jump out, climb out. Climb out, climb out. Do not jump out. Relax. Come down. Come down. Relax.
They continue recording as the tour guides attempt to help out the remaining tourists, still unfortunately stuck inside with the lion.
Look at him. Look at him. Can you stand up? Can you stand up? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, man. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Come on. Come on.
They eventually managed to get everyone out of the bus safely and simply stop recording altogether. Well, this encounter might creep your whole body out. Posted in May of 2018, this tense clip begins with a young approaching leopard who was intrigued by a jeep parked close to him. What happens next was truly terrifying. The curious leopard started sniffing and scratching the leg of a tourist.
Stop.
He's got my shirt.
Fortunately, the sound of the engine startled the leopard and he retreated back into the bushes. This unreal footage is enough to bind us all in our homes. While walking around in Zimbabwe, a group of innocent tourists came across a very territorial female lion who didn't seem so happy about having visitors. After spotting the animal staring at them up ahead, the armed tour guide quickly ordered the group to slowly back up. Unfortunately, the predator only seems to get angrier by the second. Now seriously worried about their safety, the tourists continue to walk backwards.
Uh-oh. Stand or walk?
Suddenly, they stop recording, and what happens next remains unknown. In Kruger National Park, a group of tourists on an exciting safari drive unfortunately had a few hungry lions come and ruin the fun. Initially, everyone on the tour bus seems to be peacefully observing the animals up ahead, when they suddenly notice a group of lions to their left.
I've never seen such a thing. And they're getting closer and closer.
As time goes on, the predators appear to be tensing up and adopting a more hostile position, which unfortunately triggers one of the buffaloes to get defensive. Unfortunately for the lions, the rest of the herd also decides to get involved and join the fight. Eventually, the predators manage to get left alone and proceed to walk away from there in one piece. Thanks for watching until the end. Check out these other videos you might also like.